Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Capcan and today we're gonna look at our best Arcane Mage talent rebuilds from Dragonflight pre-patch. It's still 2nd of November, which means that we have almost month of pre-patch ahead of us. And in pre-patch we still currently have access to our legendaries, to our covenant abilities, and we don't have enough talent points. So when Dragonflight expansion will hit live servers, all these builds are gonna be updated on my channel, and I strongly recommend you to subscribe to it to not lose on all the information. Thanks for Wowhead for putting these guides, these builds in there. I'm gonna have all the links to the Wowhead article and builds themselves in the comment below the video. And now let's read a little bit about the author. Hello, I'm Parom, a mage player in Divergence. I have been playing WoW on and off since release, and I'm an active staff member at the Altered Time Discord. I have played at the top and in the earlier expansions of WoW, but now I prefer to keep my raiding time short and efficient. So yeah, thanks for all the information provided to us, and let's go for the builds themselves. Arcane Mage raid talent build. As a precursor here, understand that many of the Conduit, Legendary and Covenant spell effects do not stack with their talent counterparts on or share cooldowns. This bars certain overlaps and largely restricts what talents will be combined with what Covenants, Conduits, Legendaries. The class 3 build is mostly utility, and you should take whatever best fits your needs in situations if the fight has high physical damage. And yeah, so that's quite obvious. Then in the class 3, more about the class 3. Okay, these paths are fairly self-explanatory. Throughput is taken at the cost of utility, except where utility gives us access to capstones. The only point to really play with is slipstream. Okay, so that's more like details, and let's go and check the talent tree itself. So in our general mage talent tree, we're taking prismatic barrier. We're going for ice block, which is there to one of our like main defensive cooldowns. We're taking spell steal, which steals beneficial effect from target. We're taking mirror images for our copies. Then we're going with overflowing energy, which gives us crits. We're taking normal invincibility. We're taking remove curse, which removes curses. We're taking a little bit of magic damage reduction as well. Invisibility, increasing your movement speed. Alter time, which gives you an ability to go back to to your version in time. Then we're taking Master Time, which reduces cooldown of Alter Time. We're taking Blast Wave, which is one of the knockbacks that we have, greatly increases the effect of Blast Wave's knockback. That's for you to interact with ads. When your barrier receives melee attacks, you have chance to be granted some effect. Oh, clear casting with Arcane. Casting your barriers. Barrier removes all snare effects, which is definitely very good as well. Increasing haste. Temporal velocity increases movement speed for 2 seconds after casting Blink, and for 40 seconds after casting Alter Time. Then we're taking Rune of Power, one of our main damaging abilities. Quick-witted, successfully interrupting, lessens the counter spell cooldown. Then we're taking Shimmer, which is more mobility. Ice Nova, which is crowd control, increases to critical strike chance. Cooldown of Blink reduced. Greater invincibility, which is additional invincibility that additionally reduces damage you're taking for a part of time. And temporal warp, while you have temporal displacement or other similar effects, you may use time warp to grant yourself 30% haste for 40 seconds. So yeah, that's like your general talent tree, which is pretty similar to other mage talent trees. And in our specialization, we're taking Arcane Barrage, Arcane Missiles, which are like both these skills are core to our rotation. We're taking Arcane Orb, that you're launching an Arcane Orb from your position traveling forward that deals damage to everyone. Clear casting, it's you have chance to gain clear casting that makes your spells free, some of your spells free, and channel them faster. We're taking Arcane Surge, expand all of your current mana to annihilate the target enemy and nearby enemies, based on mana, for like some damage based on mana spent, deals reduced damage beyond 5 targets. For the next 12 seconds your mana regeneration is increased by 425%, which is just like massive. With combined combined with evocation, you will have now like 2 great mana regeneration cooldowns. Then we're taking crackling energy, increases arcane explosion and arcane blast damage. Consuming clear casting increases damage of arcane blasts. Clear casting allows arcane missiles to be channeled while moving, and evocation can be channeled while moving, which will definitely grant you additional massive amounts of mobility. When clear cast, arcane missiles fires 3 additional missiles, and clear casting can stack up to 2 additional times, so that you can store it a little bit more. Then we're increasing damage of arcane missiles. Arcane barrage deals increased damage per targeted hits, which may not be like the best in raiding situations, but you probably just need to go further down here. Arcane surge lasts an additional 3 seconds and grants 25% increased spell damage. So that's your like increase to Arcane Surge. Then we're taking Arcane Cleave. For each Arcane Charge, Arcane Barrage hits one additional nearby target for 40% damage. We're taking Nether Tempest. That's when from your target there are like tons of little projectiles flowing off to like nearby enemies and positions. Then we're taking Touch of the Magi, which is when you're damaging your main target, it stores some damage that you deal, and then it explodes with part of that damage. Arcane Echo, direct damage you deal to enemies affected by Touch of the Magi, causes an explosion that deals arcane damage to all nearby enemies. So that means that every time that you're dealing damage, it's gonna like hit bum 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 a little bit. Arcane Bombardment, Arcane Barrage deals an additional 100% damage against targets below 35 health. And then for our light of our left part of the tree, we're taking Arcane Orb, gains additional charge. Presence of Mind causes your next 2 Arcane Blasts to be instant. Enlightened, arcane damage dealt while above 70% mana is increased by 6%. Mana regen while below 70% is increased by 20%. We're taking Evocation, which is one of our main mana regeneration abilities. And Siphon Storm, Evocation grants 1 arcane charge. And while channeling Evocation, your intellect is increased by 2% every 1 second. Lasts 30 seconds. And yeah, it's for 6 seconds, which means it's 12%. So that's your raiding talent tree, and then Arcane Mage Mythic Plus talent tree. For Mythic Plus, Arcane plays very much the same as in raiding. Simply find a target that you can focus all of your cooldown damage into, and the rest will happen automatically. However, due to more liberal use of Arcane Explosion, we may end up favoring Reverberate over Nether Tempest as Kyrian for more filler damage. Likewise, Arcane Tempo may end up being useful here. Okay, so our general talent tree, from the looks of it, looks kinda similar, and yeah, probably it is, yes. So as with many other classes, it's the same, and with our specialization talent tree, we are still going for like the same talents in the left part of the talent tree. Then we're still going for the same talents in the center part talent tree of the talent tree, right? Yeah, just like still like all the same. So yeah, that's like 2 like identical builds. Well, to be honest, I haven't really seen this to be the case in any other talent trees before, because there were at least like some minor changes everywhere. But like yeah, we may end up favoring Reverberate over Nether Tempest, which means that you will like change it here, so you can take maybe Reverberate. If Arcane Explosion hits at least 3 targets, it has a 50% chance to generate an extra arcane charge. And yeah, likewise, Arcane Tempo, consuming arcane charges, increase your haste, may end up being useful here. So yeah, that's like mostly the same talent tree for Kyrian, and yeah, probably it could be the case because it's not really that often the case, but it could be the case in here. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're having a blast playing the game. If you want more info like this, then check the channel, subscribe to it, and yeah, have fun. Goodbye.